That was great. That was Clinton Central young cheerleaders. They had a youth camp, evidently, and the varsity cheerleaders, JV cheerleaders, were out on the floor. Cheerleader sponsor leading the pack right there. That sounded wonderful. Hope you didn't mind that leading up to the second game tonight. Second game tonight going to be the Tipton Blue Devils and the Carroll Cougars. First game tonight, 6:30. Consolation game was won by Kokomo Homeschool. The Eagles got the win. And tonight it's going to be a second game tonight. It's going to be for the championship contest. And both teams are ready to jog out on the floor. They'll be out there soon. We'll mention these young cheerleaders. They are doing mounts now. They're on the backs of other cheerleaders, and they're just getting utilized. Tell you what, they are getting ready to be cheerleaders in middle school, in high school. I would guess these cheerleaders probably range from first grade, maybe second, all the way up to maybe fourth or fifth grade. They are having a wonderful time. Tell you what, here on a Saturday night, I take that back. Friday night, I tell you what, that Christmas break with Christmas being on Wednesday, first of the year on a Wednesday, that kind of messes up the thought pattern of what day of the week it is. But we still work, we still get out of work, and we still come home and do our deeds in the evening time. So both cheerleaders, all of them, I'll mention there's probably 30 youth cheerleaders out on the floor right now. It's 7:55 on the wristwatch. Clinton Central putting on a very good tournament here at Clinton Central High School. I'll mention Clinton Central, their gym capacity right here, 2,000. They will host sectional 54. That's in class 1A. There'll be 7 in their sectional. We'll talk about that with the pregame because the Carroll Cougars are also in their conference and in their sectional. And then we'll talk about that in just a bit. The girls still on the floor. They're jamming to some rock and roll music. And I know Carroll Cougars ready to go. They're still talking over by the mezzanine near the opening there of the gymnasium. Blue Devils are at the opposite end, not too far from their locker room. We are fortunate to have a good vantage point for this particular tournament, and we are thankful. Athletic Director Tyler Ottinger, Clinton Central Bulldogs Athletic Director. The principal at Clinton Central is Thomas Hughes. The athletic secretary is Ashley Cheek. We are very thankful to be up here in the corner balcony. It's right here on the right corner baseline. Pretty good view. Girls are doing some cartwheels now. They're shaking their pom-poms. And I'm getting ready for basketball on a Friday night. Tell you what, it's a little bit inclement outside. Had some snow coming down as we were entering. They're talking about some snow going to happen Sunday night, and going to happen all the way into Monday morning. The last chart I saw was by Tyler from Fox 59. He's got that beard now. He looks good. He's got written down here 6 to 10 inches of snow during Sunday night and Monday morning. And he says that's going to happen just a little bit south of Seymour and then north Newcastle on a line in Newcastle, horizontal across the state of Indiana. And then from Newcastle, that line upward, it'll go into Marion. It'll kind of taper off at Lafayette. I've got to mention on my text today, I get a Journal Courier text message, and that message said that Lafayette probably going to get less snow than they thought they were. And it looks like that here, too. That's what it's showing me. And then up above Marion, I should say up above Newcastle line, all the way up to the Marion line, 3 to 6 inches. And then above that, all the way up to the northern part of Indiana, up to 2 inches of snow. So it's happening deep to the south and lighter to the north. That's a little bit uncommon. But I'll mention the cheerleaders are getting ready to evacuate the floor. They're going to jog off right now. Blue Devils getting ready to play basketball with the Carroll Cougars. I know both teams are ready to go. I sat up here in the balcony pretty close to the Carroll Cougars basketball team. I asked them a few questions that I needed to know. a height of one player. I didn't have that written down. I checked the heights with the player there. I was talking to Eli Falkenberg. He's a gentleman. I like talking to him. So what? He's a good smiler. He smiles all the time. I saw him put one down last night, slam dunk. I think it's third quarter of the Clinton Central game. So the Blue Devils are out on the floor. 20-minute clock has begun. And the Carroll Cougars are underneath the basket on their own baseline. Their baseline, I should say, for the second half. Blue Devils are going to have the north goal to start the ball game. They'll be setting the south end of the floor, and then vice versa. Vice versa for Carroll. So we thank you for tuning in. We'll mention it's 8 o'clock straight up on my wristwatch. And we'll begin. We'll let you know. Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are at Clinton Central High School, home of the Bulldogs. This is game 4, getting ready to happen, of the 2025 Clinton Central Tournament. We welcome you to today's education-based Indiana High School varsity boys basketball game. Clinton Central Tournament, it's going to be game 4 right here, championship game. It's going to be 5-2, the 5-2 Tipton Blue Devils going against the 7-0 Carroll Cougars. This internet radio coverage is made possible by audiosportsonline.net. That's ASO. Rob Kendall providing internet radio access for putmeinsports.com since 2008. Tell you what, Robbie Kendall, you can catch him weekdays 9 to noon on 93.1 FM. And we'll mention a little bit about each school. We'll talk a little bit about the Carroll Cougars. Carroll Cougars back home, Flora, Indiana, they have a gym capacity of 2,500. And their school was founded in 1961. They have a school enrollment of 321. They're in Class 1A, Section 54. 7 in their sectional. As mentioned, their sectional will happen right here at Clinton Central High School. Clinton Central High School, their capacity right here in this gym, 2,000. It is definitely comfortable. They have a lower section. Lower section consists of about 7 rows of bleachers. And then the upper balcony, plenty of seats upstairs. We'll mention in their sectional are the Carroll Cougars, Bethesda Christian Patriots, Clinton Prairie Gophers, Frontier Falcons, Clinton Central Bulldogs, Rossville Hornets, and the Traders Point Christian Knights. The principal at Carroll Cougar High School is Jeff Schuler. The athletic director is Mike Goodrich. The athletic trainer is Kylie Orts. They have Franciscan Health. We'll mention Carroll High School is located at 2362 East State Road 18, Flora, Indiana 46929. You can dial them by telephone at 574-967-4157. On the web, you can find them at carrollcougarathletics.com. They wear the collars royal blue and white. They participate, they perform in the Hoosier Heartland Conference. There are 9 teams in the Hoosier Heartland, and they stack up like this. Sheridan Blackhawks, they're 3-0 in the conference. They're 8-1 overall. The Taylor Titans, they're 2-0 in the conference. They are 8-0 overall. Can't read my own writing. I think it's 6-0. That's it. 6-0 overall. Carroll Cougars, they're 1-0 in the conference. 7-0 overall. Clinton Prairie Gophers, they're 1-1 in the conference. 5-1 overall. Tri-Central Trojans, they're 1-1 in the conference. They're 5-3 overall. Rossville Hornets, they're 1-1 in the conference. They're 7-3 overall. The Eastern Comets, they're 1-2 in the conference. They're 3-4 overall. The Clinton Central Bulldogs are 0-2 in the conference. They're 1-7 overall. And the Delphi Oracles are 0-3 in the conference. They're 4-4 overall. As mentioned, the Carroll Cougars are currently 7 wins, 0 losses on the season. They're 1-0 in the Hoosier Heartland Conference. We'll mention offensively, an average, this is an average, 7 ball games. They average offensively 55.9 points per game. They give up defensively, quite impressive, only 37.7 per game. Head coach for the Carroll Cougars, Coach Adam Tussinger. Coach Adam Tussinger, he's very kind. We appreciate him at Put Me in Sports. And we'll mention Adam Tussinger working in year number 3 at Carroll Cougar High School. 45 wins, 15 losses. He's won 2-to-1 ratio. He's doing a great job. We'll mention the next game on the agenda for Carroll after this tournament. They'll play next Friday night, the 10th of January. It'll be at 6 o'clock and at 7:30 for the varsity. The Carroll Cougars will be at the Delphi Oracles. That will be a Hoosier Heartland Conference matchup. We'll talk about the Tipton Blue Devils. Tipton Blue Devils, their school was founded in 1962, just 1 year behind Carroll. And we'll mention their enrollment at Tipton High School, 454. They're in Class 2A, Sectional 39. Their sectional this year will be at Frankton High School, 6 in that sectional. In that sectional will be the Tipton Blue Devils, the Lapel Bulldogs, Taylor Titans, Sheridan Blackhawks, Elwood Panthers, and the Frankton Eagles. The principal at Tipton High School is Craig Leach. The athletic director is Corey Fernung. The assistant AD and the middle school AD is Alec Weddle. Athletic trainer is Burke Emmert. Tipton High School is located at 619 South Main Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can dial them by telephone at 765-675-7431. On the web, you can find them at tiptonathletics.com. They wear the collars blue and white. We'll mention they perform in the Hoosier Conference. Hoosier Conference made up of an East Division and a West Division. Here are the current standings. In the East, 2-0 in the East, 7-3 overall, the Western Panthers. Second place, currently, Tipton Blue Devils. They're 1-1 in the East. They're 5-2 overall. Third position at this time in the juncture, it's the Hamilton Heights Huskies. They are 1-1 in the East, 6-5 overall. And winding up the East, the Logansport Berries. They're 0-2 in the East. They're 3-7 overall. In the West Division of the Hoosier Conference, 5 teams make up the West. At the top right now, West Lafayette. The Red Devils are 1-0 in the West, 6-2 overall. Twin Lakes Indians, second place currently. They're 1-0 in the West. They're 6-5 overall. Central Catholic Knights. They're 0-0 presently in the conference at the West Division, 5-3 overall. Fourth place, Benton Central. Benton Central Bison. They're 0-1. 3-6 overall. And the Rensselaer Central Bombers are currently 0-1 in the West. They're 3-6 overall. As mentioned, the Tipton Blue Devils are currently 5-2 overall. They're 1-1 in the Hoosier Conference East Division. Blue Devils have also played 7 games. Their average offensive output per ball game is 57.4. compared to 55.9 for the Carroll Cougars. The Blue Devils defensively, they allow an average, this is an average, 47.4 compared to the 37.7 of the Carroll Cougars. Head coach for the Tipton Blue Devils is Coach Cliff Hawkins. Cliff Hawkins, he's working in year number 6 at Tipton High School, 93 wins, 38 losses. Overall, he's working in year number 44. Coach Cliff Hawkins, 590. 590 wins, 397 losses. He's done a lot of good for maybe 8 or 9 teams. They have learned a lot, and not just basketball. We'll also mention the Tipton Blue Devils' next game on their agenda. They're going to play, that's actually happened tonight, 8 o'clock, Tipton and Carroll. And then next Friday night, they will be at Mechaniqua. Next Friday night, January 10th, 6 o'clock JV, 7:30 varsity. Tipton will be at Mechaniqua. And Mechaniqua, pretty good team. Saw them play. Keith Keith Baxter went up with me. We watched the ball game. We'll mention also on the 11th, got to mention this, Saturday, January 11th, Tipton will be at Bethesda Christian. Ran into a scheduling difficulty. Put Me in Sports cannot be there that night on January 11th. Tipton at Bethesda Christian. It has been removed from the website. My apologies. But we did add the game on Saturday, January 18th, a week later, at Tipton High School, 6 o'clock and 7:30. The Tipton Blue Devils will play the Clinton Prairie Gophers. So we did add that game. I think you'll see that on the website. But it can't be there on the 11th, but can be there on the 18th. I hope you'll be there live. It's much more important, a better view, and a better listening environment for the PA if you can be there live. But if not, Put Me in Sports will be there. Clinton Prairie with Tipton at Tipton on the 18th. 8 minutes, 30 seconds left in the pregame. We'll talk a little bit about the Hoosier Conference. Hoosier Conference basketball, that's tonight. Boys basketball, there are 3 conference teams playing tonight. 3 conference teams in action. There are 3 games. 7:30 tonight, Logansport at Wabash. 7:30 tonight, West Lafayette at Seeger. And the 8 o'clock game here tonight at Clinton Central, the Clinton Central tournament. Final game, Tipton Blue Devils versus the Carroll Cougars. And we'll talk a little bit about the Hoosier Conference boys basketball happening tomorrow. Tomorrow, Saturday, January 4th, weather permitting. There are supposed to be 4 games, 8 teams involved. 6 of those teams are Hoosier Conference teams. 5 are from the West Division, all 5 of them, and 1 from the East. Tomorrow, here's the schedule. It's 7:30, Benton Central at Covington. 7:30, Frontier at Twin Lakes. 8 o'clock, Rensselaer Central at Central Catholic. That's a matchup in the West Division. 5 o'clock tomorrow, late afternoon, Western Panthers travel to West Lafayette for a cross-conference matchup. And we'll talk about the Hoosier Heartland Conference. Hoosier Heartland Conference tonight, I should say, Friday, the 3rd of January. 2 games tonight, 2 Hoosier Heartland teams in action. 1 game has completed here at the Clinton Central tournament. 6:30 game. That was Kokomo Homeschool Eagles going against the Clinton Central Bulldogs. That's right here at the Clinton Central tournament. And second game tonight, as you know, 8 o'clock was the roundabout start. We were estimating Tipton Blue Devils and the Carroll Cougars getting ready to tip off here in about 7 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes, maybe 9 after the introductions. 6:25 left on the pregame. Tomorrow, January 4th, weather permitting, Hoosier Heartland Conference, 6 games, 7 Hoosier Heartland teams involved. 7:30 tomorrow night, Clinton Prairie is at Faith Christian. 7:30 tomorrow night, Northwestern is at Eastern. 6:30 tomorrow night, Sheridan Blackhawks are at Park Heritage. That's a little bit of a drive. I was there last spring for a baseball game. 7:30 start tomorrow, Tri-Central at Daleville. And then there'll be 2 games at Delphi High School tomorrow. 11 o'clock, 11 a.m., Delphi versus Winnemac. And a 3 o'clock start, it'll be Taylor in Rossville. 5:35 on the game clock. We'll mention this game. These 2 games, we'll mention this game tonight is being brought to you by AGM Auto. LLC, Camino and Company, Dean's Auto Parts, Discount Copies, Encompass Credit Union, Hope Jewelers, Indiana Express Rentals, Jim Dandy Restaurant, Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21, Noblesville Trophies, Rutledge Well Drilling, and the Shack at 311 East Jefferson Street, as we listen to some Journey. Tell you what, you can't go wrong with Don't Stop Believing. That is the most popular pop song in the nation. I've heard that said by more than one person. Internet radio, Sirius. So they're getting ready for some basketball. Both teams have gone on into the locker room. Going to get a chalk talk. I see Corey Fernand. I think I do. I mean, the ball right here, we'll see. But I'm 4:25 on the game clock, the pregame clock. We'll mention a little bit about the Indiana Pacers. Pacers, we talked about them last night. Last night, they had a 16 and 18 record. Now they're 17 and 18. Last night at South Florida, they played against the Miami Heat. Pacers got the win, 128-115. So what, that 13-point difference? That's the same difference in last night's contest. Carroll Cougars and the Clinton Central Bulldogs. Clinton Central Bulldogs entered the game at 1-6. Carroll Cougars entered the game at 6-0. I tell you what, the Clinton Central Bulldogs gave Carroll about all they wanted. Clinton Central Bulldogs, they went to halftime. I think it was a 7-point deficit. They came back out, and they pretty much played them shot for shot. Clinton Central Bulldogs, what a game. And a final score, Carroll Cougars 58, Clinton Central 45. And I will mention a little bit about our sponsors tonight here in just a moment. I'll also mention last night I spoke of the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis Colts, they have 3 players that are going to play in the Pro Bowl. And they are linebacker Zaire Franklin, guard Quentin Nelson, and running back Jonathan Taylor. I heard today that only one of those 3 is going to start for their team. You would think it was Jonathan Taylor, but no, it's guard Quentin Nelson. So Quentin Nelson going to start the Pro Bowl. The alternates from the Colts team, defensive tackle DeForest Buckner and center Ryan Kelly. And the Pro Bowl is going to happen on February 2nd. So the Blue Devils are out of the locker room. They're huddled up at center court, talking things over. Maybe even throw a prayer in there. And they're going to warm up once again at the their side of the court. They'll be at the north end. Here come the Carroll Cougars from their locker room. They're going to warm up again. The Carroll Cougars are going to wear the white uniforms. So evidently they'll be the home team. Carroll Cougars wearing white. They've got the royal blue numbers. And I think they're slightly outlined by a gray. They'll double check. Maybe not, but they look good. So we'll mention the Blue Devils going to wear their black uniforms. They got the blue numerals outlined in white. And I'm getting ready for basketball as Steve Perry hits those high notes. I tell you what, Mr. Goodall, I guess Richard Goodall, you've probably seen him by now. He sang Don't Stop Believing right there in front of the judges. And he knocked the socks off of the audience, and me too, when I was watching that on TV. Richard Goodall, he's a custodian in Terre Haute, Indiana. He's got a voice. And I understand they had him at a Pacer game. I think I saw part of that on Facebook. He was at a Pacer game. They let him sing the national anthem. And he's a national celebrity, and he should be. So 56 seconds left. Getting ready for some basketball here at Clinton Central High School. Final game. They're going to introduce right now. And they're going to talk it over, let people know this is the final game. He mentioned what number tournament I talked over it. I have headphones on, missed that. Doggone it. We're going to talk about the starters right now. We'll mention the starters just like him. Starting tonight for the Tipton Blue Devils. Wearing number 2, 6'2" sophomore, 7.3 points per game average, 3 rebounds per game. That's Peyton Aller. Wearing number 3, a 6'6" senior, 21.4 points per game average, 8.7 rebounds per game, 7.4 assists. That's Grady Carpenter. Wearing number 4, 6'2" sophomore, 2.1 per game average, Quinn Smith. Wearing number 5, 6'1" senior, 12 points per game average, Sam Quigley. He also chips in with 3 assists per game. And wearing number 21, 6'2" senior, 4.7 per game average, 3.6 rebounds per game average. That's Landon Spidell. The head coach is Cliff Hawkins. Now for the Carroll Cougars, they'll start like this. Wearing number 4, 6-foot senior, 5.2 points per game average, 3.7 rebounds per game. That's Coy Lytle. Wearing number 5, a 6'4" junior, 15.2 points per game average, 4.2 rebounds per game, and 4.5 assists per game, Aiden Duff. Wearing number 12, 5'11" junior, 6.8 points per game average, 4.8 rebounds per game, Carson Hale. Wearing number 13, 6'2" senior, 3.2 points per game average, Carter Mullins. And wearing number 34, 6'4" senior, 17.5 points per game, Eli Falkenberg. The head coach is Adam Tussinger. Getting ready to jump it up right now. In the center circle, number 34, Eli Falkenberg, 6'4", senior for Carroll. And number 3, Grady Carpenter, senior, 6'6". Tip goes to the backcourt, picked up by Tipton. Into the hands of Quinn Smith. Front court with the basketball. Out top, Grady Carpenter. He'll hand off right there to Sam Quigley. Right around the circle there, touch the hands briefly. Peyton Aller now back out top. They'll work at left side, Grady Carpenter. He's picked up there by number 4, Coy Lytle. Cross court, chest pass around the perimeter. They'll get back to Grady. Out top of the circle, he'll dish off. Sam Quigley, right side behind the arc, 3-point shot in the air. Rims around, wouldn't go. That was Peyton Aller. There's going to be a foul whistle. It was during the rebound. Might have been a severe blockout. Not sure. They're going to call this. Yep, they're going to call this on Carroll Cougars. It's going to be whistled right there on the Cougars, and it's on number 13, Carter Mullins. He has 1. Throw the ball in behind the arc, 3-point shot. Grady Carpenter. Carpenter drains the 3. It's 3-0. 7:20 on the game clock. Baseline. Going to drive those Mullins. Go to the opposite corner. Falkenberg. Long pass, cross court. Trying to save the basketball and makes a good save. Coy Lytle. We'll work it out top, right side. Aiden Duff, triple threat available. He'll pass it left. They'll go to the corner with it. To Mullins. Back into Falkenberg. He's in the paint. He'll take a jump shot. Got it. Off the glass. Eli Falkenberg for 2. It's a 3-2 contest. Tipton in front. In the front court is the basketball. Sam Quigley. He'll get the ball back from Grady Carpenter. Working around the perimeter. Quinn Smith back to Peyton Aller, back to Quinn. Straight out top, right side. Behind the arc is Sam Quigley. He'll dribble once. Pass it right side. Peyton Aller. They'll get it back left side. Grady Carpenter, cross-court pass, corner, baseline shot. 3-point shot wouldn't go. Shot taken by Peyton Aller. And they're going to stay in the front court. Another foul on the rebound. And it's going to be basically the same situation. It's going to be number 13, Carter Mullins. Going to pick up a quick second foul. He'll take a breather. In the ball game for Carroll is number 3, Cason Fellows. He's a 6'2" senior. Cason Fellows chips in with 4 points per game average. 6:25 on the game clock. They'll bounce it down low. Going to be a steal. Grady Carpenter throws the ball away on a bounce pass near the baseline. Going back the other direction. Outside the arc on the dribble. Going to dribble in. Turn around. Thought about the jumper. He will. He'll get the bucket too. In the paint. 2-point bucket for Carson Hale. 5'11" junior. 4-3 contest. Carroll Cougars in front. Long 3-point shot behind the arc wouldn't go. That was taken by Sam Quigley to the front court. 5:55 left, first quarter. Early going in this contest. Outside the arc, going to dribble in. Lost the handle. Going to go back the other way. It's Sam Quigley. Quigley on the steal. Going to be a strip, and it goes out of bounds. Good hands there by Carroll Cougar. That was number 12, Carson Hale. It's going to stay in the front court with the Blue Devils. They'll bring it in left of the bucket on the baseline. We're going to have a substitute in the ball game. It's going to be Jace Clark. Jace Clark wears number 40, 6'3" junior. Taking a breather is Quinn Smith. They get the ball in. Outside the arc, three-point shot rims out. Shot taken by Sam Quigley. Rebound, Carroll. Credit that board, number 4, Coy Lytle. Back the other direction. Free throw line picks up the dribble. That's Carson Hale. Back out top. Back pedal dribble. 5, Aiden Duff. Aiden Duff out top. Dribbling exhibition in the paint. He'll bounce it baseline. 2-point shot on the way. Shot taken there. Wouldn't go. Coy Lytle tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Carroll Cougars. So the Blue Devils are going to bring it from the backcourt. Jace Clark going to inbound. Sam Quigley. Walking to the timeline. Looking for some instructions. Coach Cliff Hawkins will cross the timeline at a walk pace. He'll chest pass right side. Grady Carpenter. Posting up there at the left elbow. Now the right elbow is Jace Clark. Outside the arc. Grady Carpenter, he'll launch a 3. 3-point shot, rims off, wouldn't go. Rebound out there. Carroll. That's number 5, Aiden Huff. Back the other direction. They go baseline jumper. 2-point shot, good. Credit the bucket. Number 4, Coy Lytle for 2. It's 6-3. Carroll in front. Crossing the timeline, Grady Carpenter. He'll pass it right side. See him Quigley out top. Peyton Aller. They're working around the perimeter. They're going to drive baseline. Grady Carpenter back out to Jace Clark around the perimeter. They go to the corner with it. See him Quigley back out top. Peyton Aller back to Sam. Behind the arc, defense moving well for the Carroll Cougars. 4:22 on the game clock. Grady Carpenter out top on the dribble. Working against him, number 4, Coy Lytle. They work at left side. Outside the arc, 3-point shot on the way. Wouldn't go. Shot taken by Jace Clark. Rebound secured by Sam Quigley. Blue Devils going to have another opportunity here in the front court. On the dribble, Sam Quigley kicks it back out. 3-point shot in the air, good. Credit the bucket, Grady Carpenter. Grady Carpenter for 3. Grady Carpenter working on those 3-point shots. 6-6 ball game. First quarter, 3:50 left. Going to work it in. Picked up the dribble, Falkenberg out top to work the ball back around. With the basketball, Carson Hale now back out top. Eli Falkenberg straight away at top of the key. It's 8-6 in favor of Carroll Cougars. Working back in the front court. Cross-court pass, Sam Quigley with the basketball. Get it back out to Grady Carpenter. He'll dribble in the paint. Back out to the corner. Corner baseline 3 is good. Sam Quigley hits a 3. Sam Quigley on the season, 34% from three-point land. They'll dribble in. Falkenberg goes hard to the hoop. Couldn't get the bucket. But teammate cleans it up there. That's number 3, Kason Fellows off the glass. 10-9 contest. Carroll Cougars by 1. We're going to see Isaac Humrickhouse in the ball game next dead ball. Outside, 3-point shot wouldn't go. Grady Carpenter. Rebound, Eli Falkenberg. He'll dish off. Point guard. That's number 5, Aiden Duff. Works at right side with the basketball. Number 4, Coy Lytle. Pick up the dribble. Work at left, right side behind the arc. Nearly lost the handle. They're going to call him for a traveling violation. So a little quick step there. Want to make a pass, and the passing lane closed up. So they're going to give the ball back to Tipton. Isaac Humrickhouse in the ball game. Taking a breather is Jace Clark. 2:38 on the game clock. First quarter, 10-9. Carroll Cougars in front. In the front court of the basketball, Peyton Aller. Working around the perimeter. To the corner, Sam Quigley, baseline. He'll take a shot, wouldn't go. Rebound out of there for the Carroll Cougars. To the front court, crossing the timeline. That's number 4, Coy Lytle. Lytle works it back out. 3-point shot on the way. Aiden Duff rims off, wouldn't go. Rebound, Grady Carpenter. He'll pass it up ahead. Grayson McFalls snuck in the ball game on me. Grayson McFalls, 6'8" sophomore. Grayson McFalls in the game, and also entering the game now for the Carroll Cougars. 44, Colby Butcher. He's a 6'5" junior. Colby Butcher in the game for Carroll. Going to be brought in, ride the bucket on the baseline. Sam Quigley into Peyton Aller. Left corner baseline, Grady Carpenter. On the dribble, we're going to get him, Coy Lytle. Coy Lytle, we'll mention, 6 feet tall. Grady, 6'6". So we're going to out top, Peyton Aller. Tried to get in the left elbow and lost the handle there. That was Grayson McFall. The ball goes back to Carroll. Back the other direction. And a walk to the timeline. That's number 5, Aiden Duff. Duff on the dribble, being guarded way out top by Peyton Aller. outside the arc, working the basketball around, touches the hands briefly of Falkenberg. They'll get it back to Lytle. Now back to Falkenberg beyond the arc. They'll work it right side. Now on the dribble is Kason Fellows. He'll dribble in. Free throw, I should say, in the paint. Kick it back out. And they're going to call a traveling violation. Eli Falkenberg. He took a little bit of a jump there, wanted to maybe shoot the ball, and decided to make a dribble out of the jump. And that's going to give the ball back to Tipton on a violation. 1:26 on the game clock. 10-9 contest. Carroll in front. Tipton in the front court. 1 minute, 20 seconds left. Out top of the basketball, Grady Carpenter, right side behind the arc. Sam Quigley. Now back out to Grady. Triple threat available. He'll dribble right. He'll work it down low. He'll work it inside. Isaac Humrichhouse. Inside out play. They'll get it to Sam Quigley. 3-point shot wouldn't go. Going the other direction. Eli Falkenberg. Falkenberg went up with a shot. Got his shot blocked by Grady Carpenter, but got the ball back. We're going to back out top. They'll reset the offense. Number 4, Coy Lytle. Now back out top. Motioning some directions is Aiden Duff. On the crossover dribble. He'll cross again. In the paint. He'll go off the glass. Left side wouldn't get it. Grayson McFalls comes down with the rebound. McFalls had to get rid of it. He was going out of bounds after securing the rebound. Trying to get it to the left right corner baseline to Sam Quigley, and he had a task on his hand to save the basketball and couldn't. They're going to bring it in from the corner. Brought in Carroll Cougars, number 5, Aiden Duff. 37 seconds left. First quarter, it's 10-9. Carroll Cougars in front. On the dribble, Eli Falkenberg. He'll drive the lane. Couldn't get the shot to go, but he'll shoot 2 at the free throw stripe. And they're going to whistle this foul on Tipton. And it's going to be whistled on number 5, Sam Quigley. Sam Quigley picks up his first foul. At the free throw line, Eli Falkenberg. First shot, smooth, up, and good. Falkenberg at the free throw line. Falkenberg is now 10 for 16. I should mention I have 6 game stats for Carroll. They've played 7 games. I have 7 game stats for Tipton. They've played 7 games. Rims out, wouldn't go. Got the front end, couldn't get the back end. 11-9. Carroll by 2. Crossing the timeline at a walk pace, Grady Carpenter. 20 seconds left. On the dribble, way out top, works it left side on a chest pass. Sam Quigley over to the corner. Jace Clark back to Sam. Works it right side, 10 seconds. Grady Carpenter with the basketball. He'll dribble right. Working against him is Aiden Duff. He'll pass it back out. They go to the corner. Jace Clark. 3-point shot, good. Grace Clark hits the 3 to put the Blue Devils up by 1 at the end of the first quarter. The 12-11 contest, Tipton in front. And we do thank you for tuning in, and we'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by CaminoandCompany.com. That's Camino-and-Company.com. Camino and Company, they're located in downtown Noblesville, Indiana. Camino and Company is a mobile flower shop brought to you by local flower farmers and providers, small business partners, and the Camino and Company founders. Their mascot is a 1984 El Camino SS, which belongs to D.E. Witham. He is the grandpa of Carly L. Brett Witham. Carly Witham, she runs and owns Camino and Company. The El Camino is an SS. It's black, by the way. Their goal at Camino and Company is to please each customer from their concept to the Camino and Company completion. You can explore their website at Camino-and-Company.com. You can book your brides for 2025. So second horn sounds. Going to bring the ball in. Alternate possession arrow gives it to the Carroll Cougars. Going to pass it slightly through the backcourt. Picked up by number 3, Kason Fellows. He'll get the ball back. 12, Carson Hale. To the front court, trying to get a bounce pass in. It's going to be stolen on the bounce by Peyton Aller. He'll pass it up ahead, Sam Quigley. And I'm not sure the call there, but they're going to take the bucket away. Sam Quigley in disbelief. I'm not sure, but I would guess he was calling a travel, but I was looking down at my notes. I look up, I saw him making a layup. But anyway, it's 12-11. Blue Devils by 1. In the paint. Off the glass. Going to be a jump shot. Jump shot blocked. That was Grayson McFalls. He blocked the shot. 44, Colby Butcher. So we'll go back the other direction. Grady Carpenter with the basketball outside the paint. And it's going to be a defensive effort there. And it's going to be a slight foul. They're going to call it a foul. Grady got poked in the eye, evidently. He's okay now, but they're going to whistle a foul on Carroll. Carroll Cougar, number 12. Carson Hale, he has one. Blue Devils going to bring it in left of their own bucket. It's going to be Peyton Aller on the baseline. They'll work it in. Sam Quigley, outside bounce pass, Grady Carpenter. Carpenter now being guarded by Carson Hale. Carson Hale, 5'11". Out top of the basketball, Peyton Aller to the corner. Grady Carpenter, three-point shot wouldn't go. There's going to be an offensive foul. Offensive foul during the rebound. Shot wouldn't go. Grayson McFalls was trying to pick up the basketball, and he may have pushed off. So they call a foul. They're going to call it on Grayson. Grayson, number 12. He picks up his first foul in the ball game. Both teams have one foul each here in the second quarter. 7:05 left. 12-11. 1-point leader. Tipton Blue Devils in the paint. Turnaround jumper. Falkenberg spins around, rims around the rim. Wouldn't go. Rebound out of there. Tipton crossing the timeline at a trot pace is Grady Carpenter. On the dribble, work it right side behind the arc. Sam Quigley. He'll pick it up at the elbow, right side. Go to the corner with it. Peyton Aller. Aller's going to dribble in. He tried to go off the glass. It's a blocked shot. Credit that block shot, 44, Colby Butcher for the Cougars. There's going to be a whistle in the front court going up for the shot there. They're not going to allow the shot. They're going to call a foul on the floor. It's going to be whistled on the Blue Devils. We're going to see another substitution in the game. Checking back in, original starter. Number 4, Coy Lytle. Taking a breather is 44, Colby Butcher. They bring the ball in. Brought in, three-point shot, right corner baseline, wouldn't go. Aiden Duff and a rebounding foul once again in the front court for Carroll. So they're going to whistle this foul on Sam Quigley. He'll pick up number 2. 6.5 minutes left. Brought in. Going to bring it in. Left of the bucket on the baseline. Brought in there. Aiden Duff. They work the ball around. Falkenberg now back out top to Aiden Duff. Crossover dribble. Work it, lost the handle. Picked it back up. Being guarded there by Peyton Aller. Outside the arc, working the basketball around. That's Cason Fellows. Now back out top. Carson Hale. Hale going to take a jump shot. Right baseline. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound fought for. Picked up by Grady Carpenter. Carpenter going to go to the front court. Long pass underneath. Grayson McFalls right there off the glass. Falkenberg was trying to block it. He got the backboard. Shot went in. It's a no blocking, touching the backboard with the ball on the cylinder, above the cylinder. But anyway, as long as you get it before it hits the backboard. So working back right corner baseline. Goes back up, pass the ball back out. That's Carson Hale. Cross-court pass. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by number 5, Aiden Duff. They'll give it back to Tipton. 5:41 on the game clock. We're in the second quarter. Final game of the tournament. Clinton Central Tournament. It's snowing outside. They're calling for some snow. Sunday night into Monday morning. Biggest snow we've had here in over 700 days, according to Brian Wilkes. Shot wouldn't go. At the other end, that was Grady Carpenter. Going back the other direction, off the glass, shot wouldn't go. Taking it by Carroll, Carson Hale, and the Blue Devils are going to lose the ball out of bounds right there. They're going to give it back to the Carroll Cougars. We're going to see a sub back in the ball game. We're going to see Landon Spidell. Landon Spidell, where's number 21, original starter, taking a breather, is number 12, Grayson McFalls. He gets a medium 5 from Coach Hawkins. Coach Hawkins is probably about 5'10", maybe 5'8". Grayson McFalls, 6'8". We're working back around outside the arc. Thought about a shot there. That's 5, Aiden Duff. Back out top, Aiden Duff. Right elbow extended. Now out top, number 4, Coy Lytle. He'll dribble a couple times, lost the handle. Picked up by Jace Clark. Jace Clark, tall pass, try to get it to Grady Carpenter. Off his hands and picked up by the Carroll Cougars. Long three-point shot. He got the steal, couldn't get the 3. That was Carson Hale. Back the other direction, Sam Quigley crossing the timeline with a chest pass to Grady Carpenter. Cross-court skip pass, so we're going back around. Now back to Grady. You're going to go baseline. He'll spin move. He's in the paint. He'll take a floater. 2-point bucket good. Grady Carpenter. 4:28 on the game clock. A timeout on the floor. Blue Devils 16. Carroll Cougars 11. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is being brought to you in parts by AGM Auto. AGM Auto is located 1 mile west of Arcadia, Indiana on 266th Street. That's in Hamilton County. The future of your vehicle is in good hands when you put your trust with the guys at AGM Auto. Whether it's a routine oil change or the need for the expertise of an experienced AGM technician, AGM wants you to be safe and to stay safe on the road in your automobile. And a second type of service offered there at AGM Auto is classic car and truck restoration. If you still have that older car or truck out back, or maybe it's in the barn and covered up with a tarp, AGM Auto has a passion to reveal the underlying beauty of each and every restoration project they begin. You can contact AGM at 317-984-5283. Again, their phone number is 317-984-5283, or find them on Facebook at AGM Auto LLC. They're going to bring the ball in. Backcourt crossing the timeline, Carroll Cougars. Left side with the basketball, Coy Lytle. Working back out top. Duff, three-point shot good, just right of center. Aiden Duff for three. Duff, he's now 6 for 17 in 6 games. A little over about 32% behind the arc. Working in the front court, Tipton Blue Devils. Sam Quigley picks it up straight away out top. They'll work it right side. Now dribbling it back out top again is Peyton Aller. They'll work it left side, chest pass, Grady Carpenter. Carpenter going to dribble right. He'll dribble elbow, high dribble. He'll go off the glass, couldn't get the bucket, but he'll go to the free throw stripe. Grady Carpenter will shoot 2. 3:50 left here in the second quarter. We're nearing halftime. And Grady Carpenter going to shoot a couple. Grady Carpenter shooting just above 69%. He gets the first one. He's now 34 for 49 on the season. He shot the most free throws of any Blue Devil this season. Second shot on the way, got both of them. Grady Carpenter for 2. It's 18-14. Blue Devils by 4. Going to bring it from the backcourt. Blue Devils going to pick him up at half court. Jump pass to the front court in the hands of Coy Lytle. Lytle trying to move the basketball. It's going to be a reach in. They're going to call blocking foul, and I believe that's on Sam Quigley. Sam Quigley, and Coach Hawkins wondering how that could be a foul. But they're going to call this, I take that back, they're going to call this on Grady Carpenter. Good thing, because Sam's got 2 already. Grady's got 1. Bounce pass outside the paint there, tipped out of bounds. Good hands by Sam Quigley. It's going to be brought in side court in the front court by Carroll. Number 4, Coy Lytle. He'll pass it to the backcourt, picked up there by Aiden Duff. Right side to Lytle. Baseline. We're going to back around. Mullins with the hard pass. Opposite side, Case and Fellows. Back to Falkenberg, now back to the corner. And they'll work it back around. Out top, resetting the offense with number 5, Aiden Duff. Outside the arc, 1 dribble, back outside to Duff. They'll work it in. Bounce pass into Falkenberg. 14-footer in the paint, wouldn't go. Rebound Tipton, back the other direction. Outside the arc, Sam Quigley. Now Grady Carpenter back to Sam. Behind the arc, in the left corner near the baseline. He'll get the ball again. He'll dribble once, back to the corner. Thought about a shot there. Wouldn't take the shot. That was Jace Clark. They'll get it back to Sam, and Sam will nail it. Left of center behind the arc, Sam Quigley for a 3. 21-14. Blue Devils by 7. 2:41 on the game clock. Cross-court pass, high pass, double skip. They'll work it back around outside the arc with the basketball. That's 3. Case and Fellows. He'll jump pass, get it back out top to Aiden Duff. Back to Fellows in the corner. Long skip pass the other way. That was Coy Lytle. Out top, Aiden Duff. Behind the arc, back to Duff. Duff straight out top, being guarded there by Sam Quigley. Outside the arc, 3-point shot on the way, rims out long. Shot taken by Carroll Cougar, Case and Fellows. Rebound, Landon Spidell. To the front court, Grady Carpenter on the dribble. He's going to pick up a screen from Landon. He'll hit the cutter on the baseline with Sam Quigley. He'll dish off Peyton Aller. Couldn't get the 2-point shot. Rebound out of there, Carroll. Number 4, Coy Lytle. Lytle going to go to the corner with it. Bring it back out. 3-point shot, Mullins. Mullins shot rims out. Rebound, Tipton. Sam Quigley. To the front court, Grady Carpenter. Carpenter on the dribble. Might have got away with a hesitation dribble there. Out top with the basketball. See him Quigley. Quigley picks up the dribble after one bounce. Back to Peyton Arler, and we're gonna have some action here. It's actually going to be stop the game, and they have an alert sounding in the gym. It may have something to do with snow. I don't know, but everyone is probably going to be addressed by the PA. Not sure what that is. Everybody's going to have to exit the building. So 1:32 left here in the second quarter, 21-14. And they're asking everyone to exit the building. So supposed to exit the athletic entrance, and we gotta evacuate the building. And I think we'll just leave this broadcast set still right on here on the table. So we'll see how it works out, but we'll leave this broadcast right here. We'll be back. Okay, the buzzer stopped. Evidently, there was some type of a smolder, maybe a smolder set off the alarm. Everybody had to go outside. It's chilly tonight, but it's not as chilly as it's going to be on Wednesday. 13 degrees for a high. The people are making their way back into the gymnasium. So 132 left here in the second quarter, 21-14. Blue Devils are up by 7. They're going to sweep the floor right now just to make sure it's ready to go. Blue Devils are to their bench area, working their way out of the locker room. Carroll Cougars waiting for them to come on out. Probably have to stretch out a little bit, I'm sure. The officials are back out on the surface. They have their over jackets on. IHSAA couldn't do it without them. 1903 IHSAA. So they're cleaning the floor, and I'm waiting for the game to continue. It's going to be a little bit. It's going to be a bit. We'll go ahead and mention another sponsor, another supporter of this basketball game is the Shack. Hey, Blue Devil fans, looking for the perfect spot before or after the game? Swing by the Shack, your ultimate game day hangout. They've got something for every team member, whether you're craving a classic Shack pizza or ready to tackle a Shack stack with single, double, or triple burger patties. And that's not all. They've got your game day staples, such as cold beers, refreshing cocktails, and their loaded spiral potatoes. Bring your game face, your appetite, and your friends for a winning experience at the Shack. The Shack is located at 311 East Jefferson Street in Tipton. Jefferson Street right there, that's 28, right there by the railroad track. Check them out on Facebook to stay up to date on specials and events. That's the Shack. See you at the Shack in Tipton. And also, this game is in part being brought to you by Rutledge Well Drilling. Rutledge Well Drilling, when you think of water, think of Rutledge Well Drilling. Pumps, sales, service, water conditioning, water softeners, iron filters, and trenching. Call Rutledge Well Drilling at 765-292-2315. Again, their number is 765-292-2315. Or visit them on their website at rutledgewelldrilling.com. Atlanta, Indiana. They're just west of Atlanta, a couple of miles. They are licensed, insured, honest, dependable, and always professional. That's Mike, Nathan, and Levi Rutledge. Rutledge Well Drilling. So the Blue Devils taking some lines right there. They're getting some layups, taking some shots. Isaac Humrichhouse out top. And they're shooting the ball around, getting ready to go. We'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. Noblesville Trophies. You can shop them online at noblesvilletrophies.com or stop in, if only to browse around. That's 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. Trophies, awards, plaques, and more. They have fast turnaround. Prices are low. Prices are so low, you may want to be a repeat customer. That's Noblesville Trophies, 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana, 46060. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Their phone number is 317-773-7391. Again, that number is 317-773-7391. That's NoblesvilleTrophies.com. The Blue Devils still shooting around. Here come the Carroll Cougars. They're making their way to the gymnasium floor right now. Going to be led right there by number 13, Carter Mullins. He'll be the first to take another warm-up shot. So they're going to evidently maybe go in some lines once again. They're taking some layups, Falkenberg. And they're working around right there. 1:32 left here in the first half. We're in the second quarter. Foul situation. The Blue Devils have 4 here in the second quarter. So next common foul whistle on the Blue Devils will put the Carroll Cougars at the stripe, shooting 2. And then we'll mention 2 fouls here in the second quarter so far on Carroll. So we'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Lisa Stokes Bear. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. When you're thinking about residential or corporate relocations, you know a perfect house can soon become a perfect home. And Lisa Stokes Bear would like nothing more than to utilize her 26 years of experience to help you begin that process. Yes, real estate reliability is something a professional real estate agent and or real estate broker strives for, such as Lisa Stokes Bear. Your happiness and her success are two of the same. For the real estate lady with the high real estate IQ, contact Lisa Stokes Bear by cellular phone or by text message 317-513-4086. Again, her number is 317-513-4086. Public address, just let everyone know. We're going to take about 3 minutes here to warm up. I think part of the crowd didn't make their way back in. Might have a few less patrons on hand. Not sure. Didn't take a count, but it kind of looks that way. And I will also mention tonight's ball game is being brought to you in parts by Jim Dandy Restaurant. Jim Dandy Restaurant. At Jim Dandy, you'll not only enjoy an incredible dining experience, and a Jim Dandy menu simply speaks for itself. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, hot soups, fresh fruits, with a fully loaded salad bar. And even though the Tipton County, I should say the Tipton High School was being constructed in the early 1960s, Jim Dandy Restaurant continues to support Tipton Blue Devil basketball and Tipton Blue Devil athletics. Since prior to opening Jim Dandy Restaurants, they opened in 1964. Good food, good friends, good times. Open 7 days. Jim Dandy Restaurant in Tipton. So the guys getting warmed up. The Blue Devils making their way to the bench area. Coach Cliff Hawkins, a chair out in front of them. Going to talk with them prior to taking the floor. And the Carroll Cougars doing just the same, making their way to the bench area. And they'll talk it over. 1:32 left here in the second quarter. We're nearing halftime. Had a bit of a break there. I got to mention that break. About 20 minutes. 20 minutes. We left the area up here at 9:46. It's at 8:46. 9:06 right now. So 20-minute break, coming back to play 1 minute and 32 seconds. As long as everybody's safe, definitely the human beings are worth more than a basketball. So everybody took care of everybody. I think it was Ashley Cheek out there helping out with Clinton Central. I believe it might have been her athletic secretary. And there's the buzzer getting ready to play basketball. Oh, thank you. So getting ready to bring the ball in. It's going to be brought in by the Blue Devils across from the scorer's bench right there in the center. Slightly in the front court, Blue Devils will have the basketball. So it's going to be brought in by Grady Carpenter. He's going to toss it in, uncontested, to Sam Quigley. Quigley has it. He'll dribble right side, picked up out top by Aiden Duff. Working around the perimeter. They go to the other side with Sam Quigley behind the arc on the dribble. They go back to the corner. Jace Clark back out top. Quigley around the perimeter. Peyton Aller. Grady Carpenter. Elbow left side. That was Landon Spidell. Jace Clark. You go to the corner with it. Peyton Aller. 1:12 left here in the second quarter. It's 21-14. Blue Devils going to dribble in. Grady Carpenter. And Carpenter's going to pick up an offensive foul and a charging violation. I think setting up for that charge was number 4, Coy Lytle. So foul whistled on Grady. He has one. Double check that. They got a different number up there. Not sure. I think it was Grady, but they got number 2 up there as 1. So going to be a charging foul at the other end. This one's going to be on Carroll. It's going to be whistled on Eli Falkenberg. And going to be a sub back in the ball game. Quinn Smith for Tipton going to take a breather. Back in the game is Jace Clark. Probably got some information from Coach Hawkins. Coach Hawkins speaking highly of Jace Clark last evening in his a game interview after the game. Spoke well of Jace around the perimeter working the basketball. Picks up the dribble. Let's see him quickly. Looking to get rid of it. Does. Grady Carpenter on the dribble out top. Through the legs, working the basketball. He'll pass to the corner. Three-point shot. Wouldn't go. See him quickly. It's going to be a rebounding foul. They're going to whistle this on Landon Spidell. So they'll give it back to Carroll, and actually that's going to be a fifth foul on the Blue Devils. So they will go to the other end, and they'll shoot two. It's going to be shot by the Carroll Cougars at the free throw line is number 3, Kaysen Fellows. Landon Spidell has one foul in the ball game. First shot up, short off the rim, wouldn't go. Kaysen Fellows, he'll get one more. Bounce pass to Kaysen. Second shot up, short off the rim again. Rebound, Tipton, Jace Clark. He'll hand off Grady Carpenter. 30 seconds. Grady Carpenter passing the timeline. He'll pass it left side. Peyton Aller out top, way out top. See him quickly back to Aller. Aller on the dribble, back to Grady. 20 seconds left. We're in the second quarter. It's still 21-14. Have not had a score in the last minute and 32 seconds since we got back from being outside on the dribble. Grady Carpenter, 7 seconds. He'll have to approach. Grady Carpenter outside the arc. Step back three on the way. Wouldn't go. Rebound fought for. Peyton Aller takes the shot at the buzzer. I think it was going to count if it went. Wouldn't go, and we'll go to halftime. Halftime score, Tipton Blue Devils 21, Carroll Cougars 14. It's going to be a 10-minute intermission. And we do thank you for tuning in. And I will mention this game is in part being brought to you by Indiana Express Rentals. Indiana Express Rentals, when you find yourself looking for that dependable moving truck rental company, that high-quality choice isn't far away. Indiana Express Rentals, south edge of Noblesville, Indiana, 1708 South 8th Street. Simply call them at 317-773-4800. Again, their number is 317-773-4800. They have up to 26-foot box trucks available. And a truck with a Tommy lift can sure come in handy. That's Indiana Express Rentals. Indiana Express Rentals, their hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, they're open 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. You'll find Dirk. Dirk will escort you. He'll help you find a truck that works best for your travel. That's Penske Truck Rentals. The name Penske alone takes any possible concerns away from any travel. That's Indiana Express Rentals in Noblesville. This game is also in parts being brought to you by Hope. Hope Jewelers. Hope Jewelers there in Tipton. Precious times are made for precious moments. And Hope Jewelers are there to meet your every special need in the field of diamonds, gold, and silver. Hope Jewelers, stop in and visit. Hope Jewelers there in downtown Tipton, next to the Diana Theater. They're located at 135 East Jefferson Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can reach them by phone at 765-675-9720. Again, their number is 765-675-9720. Hope Jewelers, they're open daily, Tuesday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. On Saturday, they're open 9:30 a.m. to 2. That's Hope Jewelers in downtown Tipton. We'll also mention this game is in parts being brought to you by Encompass. Encompass Credit Union. If you're looking for a financial partner that's as community-minded as you are, welcome to Encompass Credit Union, North Central Indiana's premier financial institution. At Encompass Credit Union, they believe in putting their members first. Whether you're looking for lower rates on loans, higher rates on savings, or just a friendly face to help you with your financial needs, they've got you covered. Join them today and become a part of a financial cooperative that truly cares, with branches in Tipton, Frankfort, and Kokomo. They are there to serve the community. That's Encompass Credit Union, where community comes full circle. Visit them online at encompasscu.org or at any of their convenient locations. Encompass Credit Union. We're listening to some John Bon Jovi right now. So what, he made the Hall of Fame. His band made the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right there in Cleveland, Ohio. And I know recently, I think this year is when it happened, Foreigner made the trip. They are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Glad I got to see Lou Gramm. Lou Gramm on stage with the current group of Foreigner 4 people. I should say the Foreigner group. Lou Gramm was also there. Lou Gramm, the original singer for Foreigner. And I tell you what, he's got a good sound. I'm just waiting. I'm hoping REO Speedwagon can make it. Doggone. Wish they could stay together. But anyway, I'm hoping they'll let them in. And when they let them in, I hope they bring all of the band members that are available to show up right there to accept the medallion. But anyway, we'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Discount Copies. Discount Copies, conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana. That's 46062. They're just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32 along State Road 32. At Discount Copies, they provide setup services where you can turn your artwork into things such as note cards, notepads, prints, and calendars. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards. Posters and oversized printing also available. And if you're planning a wedding, they can print all of your necessary needs. They'll help you to make it less strenuous on yourself. That's Discount Copies. You can reach Discount Copies by phone 317-773-8783. Again, that's 317-773-8783. Discount Copies, you can reach them by email. It's a Gmail. Discount Copies, that's plural. A number, it's 96 at gmail.com. Again, that's Discount Copies 96 at gmail.com. Give them a call. They are good, and we are fortunate to have them for Blue Devil football. They make larger roster sheets for us. They have larger depth charts. It just makes it so much simpler. And we give some of those away. And then we'll also mention, bringing you this game tonight, is Dean's Auto Parts. Dean's Auto Parts, that's CarQuest Auto Parts. They're located at 1110 South Peru Street, Cicero, Indiana, 46034. Dean's Auto Parts, located at the south edge of Cicero at Cicero Town Plaza. It's right there off of Peru Street. It's actually State Road 19. It's the same name. It's just beyond McDonald's, heading south on the opposite side of the street. Team members at CarQuest Auto Parts in Cicero, and they are there to ensure you get the right parts the first time. You can reach them by phone 317-984-4931. Again, their number is 317-984-4931. They are a locally owned automotive parts store that works to serve. That's Dean's Auto Parts in Cicero. So those Indiana Pacers, we was talking about the Indiana Pacers. We'll mention they're now 17-18 on the season. Last night they traveled to Miami South Miami got the win over the Heat, 128 to 115. And then we'll mention Tyrese Halliburton got 33 points. He dished out 15 assists. So he was responsible for nearly half of their points. 17-18, Indiana Pacers. Next game for the Pacers is going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow, January 4th, they'll go against the Phoenix Suns. It'll be a 7 o'clock tip-off at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. And they're saying here on this piece of paper I'm holding, I printed this off. It says tickets start at $19. I mean, you probably wouldn't be able to see the basketball from where you're going to have to set for $19, but the tickets start there. And then they'll have another game coming up on the 6th. So that'll be Monday, but that'll be at Brooklyn. So they're getting ready for some basketball here. Getting ready for the second half. There's the 1 minute buzzer. And the Blue Devils, off of their bench, they'll walk out on the court. Both teams still have about 42 seconds. So getting ready for third quarter action here at the Clinton Central Tournament. Clinton Central Tournament right here. Clinton Central High School. Clinton Central High School also going to host the sectional for Class 1A, Sectional 54. Carroll Cougars, one of the participants. So here we go. I'm going to toss the ball in. Belongs to Tipton. Tossed in, crossing the timeline, Grady Carpenter. They're working in the front court. Working the basketball there. Out top is Peyton Aller. Back to Grady, left side in front of the Blue Devil bench. Sam Quigley. He'll dribble it back out and reset the offense. They're working around the perimeter. Landon Spidell. Back to Grady. 7:40, 20 seconds gone by. Third quarter, it's 21-14. Blue Devils take a 21-14 lead to halftime. Going to be a steal. A rare turnover by Sam Quigley. Chest pass out top. And it's stolen by Carroll Cougar, number 5, Aiden Duff. 21-16. Front court again, Blue Devils. Peyton Aller out top. Now Grady Carpenter left side behind the arc. Sam Quigley bounce pass out top to Grady. Moving their feet, Carroll Cougars out top guarding Grady. Aiden Duff lost the handle and be stolen by the Carroll Cougars. Takes a jump shot. Got Grady off his feet. That was quite idle, just outside the paint. Take the jump shot. Try to get Grady up off his feet. Then went up to shoot. Grady touched the ball, but they're going to say a foul occurred. So they're going to put him at the stripe. 2 shots. It's going to be Carroll Cougar number 4, Coy Lytle. He'll eye it, fly it. First one is good. 21-17, subbing the ball game. We're going to see Jace Clark for the Blue Devils. Taking a breather is Landon Spidell. Jace Clark, 6'3" junior. Second shot up and also good. Coy Lytle got both of them. 3-point ball game. Blue Devils in front. Blue Devils going to cross the timeline at a walk pace. Grady Carpenter. He'll dribble right hand off. On the dribble, there's Peyton Aller back to Sam. Sam way out top. On the dribble, guarding him is 5, Aiden Duff. Back to Peyton. Peyton out top, sets the offense up again. Right side, Sam Quigley. Quigley going to dribble in. He'll go off the glass. 2-point bucket, good. Left side of the glass, right-handed layup for Quigley. It's 23-18. Blue Devils by 5. 6:26 on the game clock. Out top, move the ball around the perimeter. That's 13. Mullins with the basketball. He'll go to the corner with it. Case and Fellows are going to paint. Shot wouldn't go. Shot taken there by Eli Falkenberg. Back the other direction. Tipton. Grady Carpenter through the corner. Sam Quigley. He'll pop a 3-point shot. Rims off short. Wouldn't go. Rebound, Jace Clark. Going to be a reach in, and I'm going to call a jump ball. A good effort there. Jace Clark comes down with it. And I'm tying him up as Coy Lytle. And the alternate possession arrow gives it back to Carroll. 23-18. 6 minutes left. Third quarter. Front court with the basketball. We're going to back around. That's 12. Carson Hale back to Carson. We're going to back to Mullins. They're working down low baseline. Bounce pass to the corner. Left corner baseline. 3-point shot is good. Credit the bucket. Number 4, Coy Lytle. Lytle working on those 3-point shots. 23-21. Blue Devils by 2. 5:33 on the game clock. On the dribble. Grady Carpenter baseline. They go to the corner with it. Jace Clark. Clark dribble once. He'll push it back out. You'll have to see him Quigley being guarded closely there by Carson Hale. Back to Quigley behind the arc. Left side in front of the Blue Devil fans adjacent from the scores bench. That was Grady Carpenter. They go to the corner. Sam Quigley. Quigley out top. Back to Grady. He'll dribble in. Some friction there. No call. And he'll pass it down low. Grayson McFalls off the glass. Grayson McFalls for 2. And credited good assists from Grady Carpenter. 25-21. Blue Devils by 4. Out top, they'll move it back around the perimeter. Touches the hands. Coy Lytle. They'll work it down low. Baseline. Kick it back out. Cason Fellows. Back to Mullins. Mullins toss it back out. That's Carter Mullins, 6'2" senior. We'll work it back out top. Now to Mullins. He's open. He'll pass it down the baseline. Dribble in. Power layup is good. Carroll Cougar, number 5, Aiden Duff, 6'4" junior. 25-23. Blue Devils again by 2. 4:24 left. Third quarter. We're going to ball around the perimeter. Going to dribble in now. See him quickly. Go to the corner. 3-point shot. Grady Carpenter. Carpenter nails it from the right corner baseline. 3-point shot. It's 28-23. Tipton by 5. And Coach Cliff Hawkins is going to call a 30-second timeout here on the surface. And again, we are very thankful. Clinton Central Athletic Director Tyler Ottinger and Athletic Secretary Ashley Cheek making this facility available. A good tournament right here. Clinton Central, Gophers, Kokomo, Homeschool Eagles, Carroll Cougars, Flora, Indiana, Tipton Blue Devils from Tipton, Indiana. And there's a second buzzer. 30-second timeout is over. 4:14 left. We're going to bring it in. It's going to be brought in from the backcourt. Carroll Cougars, baseline to baseline. Tossed in by number 12, Carson Hale. Going to dribble to the timeline at a trot pace. Number 5, Aiden Duff. Right side back to Hale. Out top being guarded closely by Sam Quigley. Should have administered a count. Going to work it back around. He will at the other side. Outside the arc, 3-point shot. Good. Carroll Cougar, number 12, Carson Hale for 3. And Isaac Humrickhouse was nearby right there. He hit the deck, and he's gonna grimace a little bit. He'll walk that off. Looks like he will. And a foul's going to be whistled on the play. It's going to be whistled on Carroll. The shot's going to count. Don't quote me, but it's 28-26. That foul was whistled on 13. Carroll Cougar, Carter Mullins. He has 3. Both teams have 1 foul each side of the scoreboard. We're going to back around out top. Grady Carpenter. He'll dribble in, baseline, toss it back out. See him quick top of the key. Couple steps beyond. Quigley picks up the dribble. He'll work a right side. Grady Carpenter. He'll dribble in. He'll go back out. Back to Quigley. He'll drive the lane. Wouldn't get the shot to go. Falkenberg with the rebound. Outlets to Mullins. On the dribble there is 12, Carson Hale. They're working down low, working back inside to Falkenberg into paint. He's going to have to get rid of it. He does, gets out of paint. Working baseline. They go to the opposite corner. 3-point shot in the air. Good. Credit the bucket. Carroll Cougar, number 4, Coy Lytle. Coy Lytle, I tell you what, his 3-point percentage on this paper, not indicative of what he's doing here tonight. He's doing well. 29-28. Carroll Cougars in front by 1. Out top, Isaac Humrickhouse. Works the right side. Peyton Aller back out top. Grady Carpenter. He'll dribble in. He'll float one. It'll rim around. Wouldn't go. Rebound, Eli Falkenberg. He'll outlet. That's number 5, Aiden Duff. Duff with a crossover dribble at the free throw line. He'll work it to the baseline. Pass the ball up in the hands briefly there by Coy Lytle. Now back out top, number 12, Carson Hale. Hale on the dribble, stops it. Thought about popping a shot behind the arc, wouldn't. Pass the right side to Falkenberg, gets the ball back. He'll get a new dribble. That's Carson Hale. Hale going to work it left side to Falkenberg. He'll dribble in. Elbow left side. Looking to get rid of it. He does. Out top right there, number 5, Aiden Duff. He'll pop one inside the 3-point line. Wouldn't go. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say the last touch by the Blue Devils, and it's going to stay in the front court. So Coach Cliff Hawkins is going to sub in right now. It's going to be number 12, Grayson McFalls, 6'8" sophomore, taking a breather once again. It's 21. Landon Spidell, he's a senior, 6'2". Going to toss it in from the baseline. Out top on the dribble. Behind the arc, Corey Lytle. Should say Corey Lytle, and working it back around outside the arc, Falkenberg. Back out top, Carson Hale. Carson Hale going to keep the basketball. He'll go baseline. Going to be an offensive foul. Carson Hale going to lower the shoulder and accepting the charge right there. Taking the brunt of it is Sam Quigley. He's back up. Foul call. They're going to whistle this. On number 12, Carson Hale, he has 2 in the contest. That's 2 here in the third quarter on Carroll, and yet 1 foul here in the third quarter on Tipton. Ball's in the front court, Tipton Blue Devils. 1:37 on the game clock. Third quarter, 29-28. Carroll by 1. Out top of the basketball, stops his dribble. Grady Carpenter works it left side. Isaac Humrickhouse back to Sam. Sam Quigley going to dish off. Going baseline, going to be a reverse layup. Well played by Grady Carpenter. Carpenter with those long steps got there in a hurry. 30-29, Blue Devils by 1. On the dribble, out top. On the dribble is 5, Aiden Duff. And Peyton Aller right there all over him. Ball gets loose, and Grady Carpenter reaches down. They tie it up. Going to be an alternate possession arrow. Gives it back to Tipton. So there's going to be a timeout. Quick timeout right here. 1:08 left in the third quarter. So 1:08 left, and then they'll stay off their seats. That and lets us know it's a 30-second timeout. They're not allowed to sit down. So 1:08 left. We'll mention, don't forget, January 18th at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, Indianapolis. That's Saturday, January 18th to 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock event. That's the Harlem Globetrotters. Harlem Globetrotters are going to be in Indianapolis. Saturday, January 18th, 1 o'clock. And that's at Gainbridge. And then right after the game, you have to hightail it, get back to Tipton. And that evening, it's going to be January 18th. It'll be the Clinton Prairie at Tipton game. That was an added game, and that's going to be on the 18th. It's a Saturday at Tipton High School, 6 o'clock and 7:30 for the varsity. Ball brought in, backcourt, side court. Brought in by Isaac Humrickhouse. So get it into Sam Quigley. Picks up his dribble out top, works it right side. Peyton Aller to the corner. Double team on Grady Carpenter. He'll jump pass out of it out top to Sam Quigley. 52 seconds left. Out top, works it left side. Isaac Humrickhouse. On the dribble, he'll drive the lane. Lost the handle momentarily, got it back. Work it down low, trying to get it to Grayson McFalls. That was a short pass. Had a little velocity on it, hard to handle. That goes out of bounds, gives it back to Carroll. 40 seconds left. Crossing the timeline on the dribble, that's Aiden Duff. Right side, he'll hand off. Coy Lytle. Lost the handle, it's stolen. That's going to be a foul whistle. Isaac Humrickhouse came up with a steal in the Carroll front court. And after he came up with the steal, Carroll Cougar wanted the ball back and committed a foul. That's usually how it works. If you lose the dribble or you lose the ball, you're a little bit embarrassed. You want to get that ball back for your teammates. So 30 seconds left. Clock moving. That foul whistled on number 4, Coy Lytle. He has 1. Ball's in the front court. Blue Devils throwing the basketball around. Sam Quigley out top. 20 seconds left. He's standing on the CC logo out deep in the front court. He'll work it left side to Peyton Aller. 12 seconds left. Coming in to play defense, Kaysen Fellows. Back out to Sam Quigley. Way out. Working the ball in there. Grady Carpenter got the ball stolen. Go back the other direction. Kaysen Fellows. He'll get a shot away before the buzzer. Off the glass. In the paint. 2-point bucket good. And Carroll Cougars go back up by 1 at the end of 3 quarters of play. Carroll Cougars 31. Tipton Blue Devils 30. And the fourth quarter is on the way. And I tell you what, tomorrow, Colt's going to have a home game with the Jaguars. Most of the time you hear people say Jaguars. It's not spelled that way. It's Jaguars. But they're going to play each other right there at Lucas Oil. And I heard one of the weathermen said Said when they go into the ball game, it won't be so bad, but when they're on their way back out, they're gonna have to be ready for some Mother Nature. So got some good snow on the way. They mentioned that Mother Nature has not brought snow in a significant form to our neck of the woods here in central Indiana for over 700 days. That's what Brian Wilkes said. So it's more than that now, but we're getting ready to stop that streak because we're going to get some snow coming up here starting on Monday. It's a little bit tonight. So 6 to 10, right there in the south. That's where the major part of the snow is going to go. And it's going to be 6 to 10 down there. And then middle portion of the state will be 3 to 6 in the upper portion, just about 2 inches of snow. So we'll hope that goes away rather quickly, but it is pretty to watch. So scoreboard has just gone out. We're having difficulty here on this Friday night. Feels like a Saturday, but it's a Friday night, second day, final day of the Clinton Central Tournament. 31-30. Timeout on the floor between quarters. Blue Devils are back out on the surface. Here come the Carroll Cougars. Carroll Cougars, 7 wins, no losses. Tipton Blue Devils, 5 wins, 2 losses. Blue Devils played a pretty good Western Panther team. Western Panthers pretty good. Ball going to be brought in. Slightly backcourt on the way to the front court. That's number 4, Coy Lytle for the Cougars. Bounce pass right side, Mullins. Mullins looking to get in, bounce pass to the baseline. That's Eli Falkenberg being guarded there by Grady Carpenter. That's a good matchup. So they're working in, elbow. They're working back down low. Reaching in, trying to get the ball back. Peyton Aller going to be a foul called. And they're going to whistle this foul on Peyton Aller. Peyton Aller might have got away with a little bit of a foul prior to the foul. They're going to put him at the stripe. Peyton Aller, he has 2 in the ball game. First free throw, rims off long, bounces, and wouldn't go. That's number 5, Aiden Duff. Aiden Duff shooting at about 57% at the free throw stripe. 31-30. Second shot, rims around, wouldn't go. Still 31-30. Rebound, Quinn Smith. He'll dish off. To the front court on the dribble is Grady Carpenter. He'll dribble in. Tip, reach in, nearly got the ball away, but Grady came up with it. Put it in the paint. Floater, good for 2. It's 32-31. Tipton. And ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be given back to Tipton. 32-31, playing seesaw again on the scoreboard. Played seesaw last night for a bit with Kokomo Homeschool. 7:14 on the game clock. Outside of the basketball, Peyton Aller. Right side, Grady Carpenter, spin move. Inside the three-point area, he'll bounce it back out behind the arc to Sam Quigley. Back to Grady, he'll launch a 3. Three-point shot is good. Left elbow extended. Grady Carpenter for 3. 35-31. Blue Devils by 4. 6:50 left here in the fourth quarter. On the dribble, working through the lane of the trees right there. They go to the corner. Falkenberg lost the handle. Goes out of bounds. They're going to save his last off the body of Peyton Aller. 6:44 on the game clock. Can be brought in left of the bucket on the baseline. They're going to be tossed in by number 5, Aiden Duff for the Carroll Cougars. He'll bounce it in right there in the paint. Turnaround jumper. Wouldn't go. That was Falkenberg. Blocked shot by Grady Carpenter. Ends up in the hands of Landon Spidell. Back to Grady crossing the timeline. He'll launch another 3, and he got it. Grady Carpenter feeling it. He got 2 in a row. 38-31. 7-point advantage for Tipton. They're working back in. Falkenberg in the paint. Stops his dribble, kicks it back out. 3-point shot, rims off long. That was Aiden Duff. They're going to whistle a foul on the rebound. It's going to be on Tipton. They're going to keep the ball in the front court. And it's going to be a push foul. It's going to be whistled on Peyton Aller. He has 2. Take that back. Going to mention they changed the scoreboard. It's Landon Spidell. He has 2. Working back around. Spin move. They go off the glass. 2-point shot wouldn't go. No foul called. Shot taken by Aiden Duff. Back the other direction, Blue Devils. Outside the arc, he'll take a shot again. Grady Carpenter, 3 in a row. Grady Carpenter, he launched that one from a couple of steps behind the arc. 41-31. Grady Carpenter taking lessons from Nolan Swan. So it's going to be a timeout. 6 minutes straight up on the scoreboard. Fourth quarter. I'm going to sit down there and talk this over. And we do thank you for tuning in. And again, we'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by Camino and Company.com. That's Camino-and-Company.com. Camino and Company, they're in downtown Noblesville. Camino and Company is a mobile flower shop brought to you by local flower farmers and providers, small business partners, and the CNC founders. We'll mention their mascot is a 1984 El Camino SS. That El Camino SS is owned by V.E. Witham. I tell you what, he is the grandpa of Carly Witham, Carly Elbrett Witham. She is the owner of Camino and Company, and she works feverishly. And we'll mention their goal at Camino and Company is to please each customer from their concept to the Camino and Company's completion. Check them out on the webpage, Camino-and-Company.com. So the inbound, the basketball belongs to the Carroll Cougars. They'll bring it from the backcourt. Brought in, he'll get the ball back. That's Aiden Duff. Be picked up before half court. He'll pass it down low. Falkenberg was pretty much all alone in the paint. And a half court pass. Falkenberg puts it in for 2. 41-33. 8-point advantage for the Blue Devils. 5:40 left. Fourth quarter. Out top of the basketball, Sam Quigley. Quigley on the dribble. We'll get it back to Grady. Grady Carpenter picked up there by Aiden Duff. Grady going to pick up the dribble, trying to get rid of it. Does Quinn Smith. He'll dribble elbow, right side, lost the handle, trying to get it back. Going to call a jump ball. Jump ball in the Blue Devils front court. It's going to stay in the front court. Blue Devils have the arrow. 5:22 on the game clock. 41-33. Going to be brought in right of the bucket on the baseline. They're going to say there's some perspiration on the court, and you're kidding me. These are young men. And what they sweat. But anyway, they stop that up. Here we go. 5:22 left. Going to be brought in by Grady Carpenter, right of the bucket on the baseline, tosses it in. Sam quickly back to Grady. Grady going to get the ball back out top near the logo center court. That was number 2, Peyton Aller. Now back to Sam. Sam quickly picks up the dribble out top. Back to Peyton. 5:08 left. 41-33. Blue Devils by 8. They'll work a right side. Sam Quigley to go baseline. Hesitation dribble. Works it back around. Peyton Aller in the paint. They'll get rid of it. Sam Quigley for 3. Shot wouldn't go. Going to be a foul call. They're going to whistle a foul on Tipton. It might have been an inadvertent bump on the way back after the secure of the rebound. Shot wouldn't go. And they'll call this foul on Tipton. I think they're going to whistle this on number 4, Quinn Smith. He has 1. We're going to back into paint. Going to be a kick. They'll deem it was a kick. It was a bounce pass into paint. And off the foot, I believe, of Quinn Smith. And they'll give the ball back to Carroll, left of the bucket on the baseline. Bounce pass comes in Falkenberg. Out top with the basketball, Kaysen Fellows. Right side on the dribble, going to go baseline. Coy Lytle, reverse layup. I believe it was. I look up. He's at the other side of the rim, and he got the bucket. It's 41-35. 4.5 minutes left. Fourth quarter. Sam Quigley on the dribble. Working the basketball. Some fans wanted to foul. No foul call. Peyton Aller with the basketball. He'll dribble. Peyton Aller going to go right side to the corner. Sam Quigley. He'll bounce once. Back to Peyton. Back to Grady Carpenter. And the Carroll Cougars are playing some tight defense. Lost the handle. Grady Carpenter picks it up from a seated position. Finds Sam Quigley. Quigley throws it in down low. In the paint shot when you go. That's Quinn Smith. Rebound out of there. Carroll Cougar. Number 3, Kaysen Fellows to the front. 4, Coy Lytle back to Falkenberg. Now back out top on the dribble. Aiden Duff. In the paint. Lost the handle. Regathers it. Mullins out top. He'll pass it left side. Falkenberg. left side on around the perimeter. They get it back into Mullins. They go to the opposite corner. That's number 3, Cason Fellows. He'll backpedal dribble, work his way back out, and they'll reset the offense. 3:33 left. Fourth quarter, 41-35. Elbow right side. Falkenberg going to get called for an offensive foul. So they'll call the offensive foul, and taking the brunt again. I think it was setting up for the charge. Not sure he was setting up. He just got fouled. That was Sam Quigley. Falkenberg, he only has 2. 3:24. Clock moving, 41-35. Blue Devils, Coach Hawkins, going to call a timeout. It's going to be a 60-second timeout. 3:22 left here in the fourth quarter. 41-35. Blue Devils by 6. And then we'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by AGM Auto. AGM Auto, they're Arcadia. They're actually west of Arcadia, about a mile. They're right there off of 266th Street, Hamilton County. The future of your vehicle is in good hands when you put your trust with the guys at AGM Auto. Whether it's a routine oil change or the need of the expertise of an experienced AGM technician, AGM wants you to be safe and to stay safe on the road in your automobile. And a second type of service offered there at AGM Auto is classic car and truck restoration. If you still have that older car or truck out back, or maybe it's in the barn and covered up with a tarp, AGM has a passion to reveal the underlying beauty from each and every restoration project they begin. You can phone them at 317-984-5283, 317-984-5283. Ball's brought inside court. In the backcourt, Peyton Aller. Into Sam Quigley. Quigley on the dribble. Guarding him full court is number 5, Aiden Duff. 3:14 left. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to call it out of bounds. And it's going to stay in the front court with the Blue Devils. Ball's going to be brought in front of the Blue Devil bench. Grady Carpenter. Lots of space here. Guarding the inbound is number 4, Coy Lytle. Grady passes it to the backcourt slightly. Peyton Aller brings it back across. Quinn Smith back to Peyton Aller. Aller on the dribble. Duff guarding him. They'll work it back to see him quickly. Back to Peyton Aller. And they're looking for a foul here shortly. They're going to pass it through the corner. Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith dribbles in just before the paint. Passes it back out. Some fans might have won a traveling violation. No call. In the paint. Turnaround jumper. Oh, didn't use the glass. Got the bucket. 2-point bucket. Grady Carpenter. 43-35. Blue Devils by 8. 2:37 on the game clock. Fourth quarter. Out top. The basketball stops his dribble. Coy Lytle. Left side moves it around. Cason Fellows. He'll dribble. Free throw line off the foot. Inadvertently lost the handle. Lands off of right there off of Falkenberg. It was a hot shot off the foot, but it was incidental. Good no call by the officials. They bring it through the front court. Ball goes off the foot and out of bounds. Evidently off of Peyton Aller right there in front of the scores bench. Gives the ball back to Carroll. So the Carroll Cougars are going to call a timeout. They're going to call a 30-second timeout. 2 minutes, 16 seconds on the game clock. 43-35. And it's coming down to the nitty-gritty. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is being brought to you in part by the Shack. Hey, Blue Devil fans, looking for that perfect spot before or after the game? Swing by the Shack, your ultimate game day hangout. They've got something for every team member, whether you're craving a classic Shack pizza or that ready to tackle the Shack stack with single, double, or triple burger patties. That's the Shack. Shack, you can bring your game face, your appetite, and your friends for a winning experience at the Shack, located at 311 East Jefferson Street. That's in Tipton. See you at the Shack. So they're going to bring the ball in. It belongs to the Carroll Cougars. They'll bring it in from half court, right in front of the scores bench. There's the whistle. They'll toss it in. Bounce pass, slightly back court. Coy Lytle will bring it across. At the trot pace, working against him is number 4. Against number 4, that's Quinn Smith. We're going to back around. Outside the arc, picks up the dribble. Aiden Duff. We're going to baseline. Bounce pass. We're going to run into Falkenberg. Lost the handle. Picked up by Landon Spidell. They'll go the other way with it. 1:54 on the game clock. They'll throw it to Grady Carpenter. Deep in the front court. Being guarded there by Cason Fellows. Back to Sam Quigley. Quigley in right elbow. Grady Carpenter. It's going to be a holding foul. They're going to whistle a holding foul on Carroll. It's number 4, Coy Lytle. 1:42 left. That's just the second foul. Second foul on Carroll here in the fourth quarter. They may need to get him to the foul stripe. You may see some fouls happening here rather quickly. Bounce pass. Sam Quigley. Ball goes out of bounds. That's a good play. Number 4, Coy Lytle touched the ball off of the Blue Devil defender. I said the Blue Devil ball right there. And Sam Quigley. A little bit of wondering how that happened. He's going to go back the other way. He'll play defense. 1:40 on the game clock. 43-35. 8-point advantage for the Blue Devils. A hard dribble to the front court. Number 5, Aiden Duff. And there's going to be a foul whistle. Blue Devil foul. Duff was absolutely moving the basketball. He had a pretty quick dribble. I've not seen that quick a dribble in this game until then. 136 going to drop it back behind the arc right there. Working the basketball again is Aiden Duff. Being guarded by Peyton Aller. He'll cross over. He'll go hard to the hoop. Left-handed layup. Nice crossover. Freed him up for a good pass through the basket. 43-37. To the front court, Sam Quigley. 1:16 left. Outside the arc, Grady Carpenter. Adjacent pass deep in the backcourt. Peyton Aller. He'll get it back to Grady. They'll go right side, Sam Quigley. To the corner, Landon Spidell. He'll bring it back out. Bring it back around, Sam Quigley. 1:02 left. Lost the handle. Picked up by Falkenberg. He'll go up ahead. And a shot wouldn't go, but he's going to get fouled. Grady Carpenter. Went pretty tall right there. Wanted to block the shot. They're going to call a foul. It's going to be 2 shots awarded to number 5, Aiden Duff. Aiden Duff going to step back to the stripe. He's been there tonight. He'll shoot 2. 43-37, Tipton. 43-37 after the first shot. Aiden Duff will have one more. 57.8 seconds left. Fourth quarter. He'll bounce it a couple. He'll eye it and fly it. 43-38, a 5-point ball game. 55 seconds, clock moving. Grady Carpenter going to dribble to the front court, being guarded there by Duff. They'll work at left side. Peyton Aller back to Grady out top of the deep in the front court. They'll foul him in a hurry. So that's the third foul here in the fourth quarter on Carroll. They got one more foul to give, but they're going to probably have to foul a couple times, get him back in the stripe. We'll see. 46.3 left. Going to toss it to the backcourt. Peyton Aller picks it up. He'll cross the timeline. He'll give it to Sam Quigley. Going to be a reach-in foul. Falkenberg going to commit the foul. Reaching in, trying to steal the basketball. Foul committed. And that's going to be the fourth foul. They'll bring it out of bounds again. No shooting foul. 41.6. Carroll has 4 fouls. Their next common foul will put the Blue Devils at the stripe. So 43-38. 41.6 left. All going to be brought in. Slightly in the front court. Peyton Aller bounces it in. Grady Carpenter. Carpenter going to absorb a foul. He'll go to his foul stripe. Foul's going to be whistled on 13. That's Carter Mullins. He's an original starter, 6'2" senior. So to take that back, they're going to call it on Falkenberg. Falkenberg has 3. First shot, Grady wouldn't go. They call this on Falkenberg. It's Eli Falkenberg. He has 3 in the ball game. Both teams have 5 fouls. Tipton likely going to try to keep from fouling. If they do, it's probably almost an inadvertent fluke. So second shot good, got the back end. That was Grady Carpenter. 44-38, 6-point leader, Tipton. Ball's in the front court. On the dribble is Aiden Duff. Pretty good ball player. In the paint, he'll go off the glass. Going to be a blocking foul. Aiden Duff will shoot 2. So the Blue Devils do commit a foul, but Aiden Duff pretty much created that foul with his drive to the hoop in the paint. Pretty good ball player. I'll tell you what, Aiden Duff, he's just a junior. He's listed at 6'4". He shoots from 2-point land 65% in 6 games. 32 for 49. That's great. 3-point land, 31.3%. 5 for 16. So they wipe up some more perspiration. Now they'll square up on the free throw lane. 29.8 left, 44-38. Tipton by 6 at the free throw line. Aiden Duff for Carroll Cougars. First shot good, nothing but net. 44-39. They'll have one more. Shots in the air and good. 44-40. 4-point ball game. Tipton will have the basketball. There's a timeout. We're going to call, I think, a 60-second timeout. 29.8 left. 44-40. Tipton by 4. And again, we'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by Rutledge Well Drilling. Rutledge Well Drilling. When you think of water, think of Rutledge Well Drilling. Pumps, sales, service, water conditioning, water softeners, iron filters, and trenching. You can call Rutledge Well Drilling. You can call them at 765-292-2315. Again, their number is 765-292-2315. Or visit them on the web, RutledgeWellDrilling.com. They're west of Atlanta, probably a couple of miles, right there on 296th Street. They are licensed, insured, honest, dependable, and always professional. That's Mike, Nathan, and Levi Rutledge. 29.8 left. Landon Spidell back in the ballgame. 21, he's a senior, 6'2". Weighs in about 185. Plays pretty good football for Coach Toll. 29.8 going to be brought in. 84 feet back. He'll run the baseline. Peyton Aller looking to get rid of it. Does. Short pass right there to Grady Carpenter. Bump right there, and no foul called on the bump in the backcourt. Coy Lytle. I think he was trying to get a foul in there. What do you got to do? You don't want to hurt someone, but they'll get a foul in the front court. So that'll be called on number 4, Coy Lytle. He has 4. Blue Grady Carpenter, first shot at the free throw line, wouldn't go. 44-40. 25.6 left, fourth quarter. Grady Carpenter has one more. Second shot up and good. 45-40. Blue Devils by 5. 25.6 left. They'll let it roll. They'll pick it up. Lytle, they'll get it back. That's Duff. Aiden Duff on the dribble. Nearly a steal. Good hands by Peyton Aller. Outside the arc. 3-point shot. Rims off. Wouldn't go. Shot taken by Duff into paint. Falkenberg. He got the rebound and put it back in. Right there in the paint. He got fouled. He'll shoot one more. So Eli Falkenberg, 6'4" senior. He had a rebound average per game at 7.5. 17.5 points per game. He's a little bit behind that tonight. First shot, only shot he'll get. Good. 3-point play, 45-43. Blue Devils trying to get it in. 13.9 left. Peyton Aller going to bounce it off the leg to go back out of bounds. That was 3 Cason Fellows. He was running out of time. He had that clock in his head. And the inbound right there being guarded by Cason Fellows. Tall pass. They'll get it into Grady Carpenter. Crossing the timeline behind the back dribble. He'll get fouled. Falkenberg going to grab him. Some people wanted an intentional foul. It was, but it wasn't enough in the drama category. Everybody's safe. It's just a foul. 10.7 left. 45-43. First shot, Grady Carpenter. Short off the rim. Wouldn't go. 45-43. 10.7 left. He makes this. Might be a timeout. Called by Coach Adam Tussinger. Second shot. Good. Nope. They're going to go through. It's a 3-point ball game. 10.7 left. Duff brings it in. Gets the ball back from Lytle. Duff to the front court. They need a 3 to tie. They're going to call timeout in the front court. Coach Adam Tussinger. I got to mention Coach Adam Tussinger. What a gentleman. He is a scholar. I tell you what, I communicated with him today, and he made this game a little bit better than it might have been in the media segment of the ball game. We thank him, Coach Tussinger. And we'll mention this game is also, in part, being brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. You can shop them online at noblesvilletrophies.com or stop in, if only to browse around. 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville. Trophies, awards, plaques, and more. Noblesville Trophies, 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. You can reach them by phone at 317-773-7391. Again, that number is 317-773-7391. NoblesvilleTrophies.com. 6 seconds left. It's going to be inbound in the front court. Right there close to the Carroll Cougar bench, just to the right side of the bench, keeping the components, scorekeeper and whatnot. It's going to be brought in, be guarding the inbound is Grady Carpenter. Going to be tossed in by Coy Lytle. Lytle looking to get it in, he will get it in. Out top of the circle, Aiden Duff. Foul called. Aiden Duff took a shot way after the whistle. He bounced it in off the backboard, Randy Whitman style, but it was behind the whistle. A lot of fans like to see that. Some of them even hooting and hollering, and I thought it was a pretty good shot myself. So he'll go through the foul stripe with 4.1 left. Sam Quigley picks up foul number 3 in the ball game. First shot of the 2, he'll get the first one. 46-44 in the ball game for the Blue Devils. Number 12, Grayson McFalls, 6'8" sophomore, taking a breather. Is Quinn Smith. Off the backboard, they're calling him over the line prior to the ball hitting the rim. I believe the ball has to hit the rim for the shooter to leave the lane, but the rest of the guys don't have to wait that long. So they call that, they got rim, but they're calling Aiden Duff going over he tried to miss it. He definitely tried to miss it on purpose. It was a pretty solid shot to the rim, but he's over the rim early. So gives the ball back to Tipton. 4.1 left. 46-44, Tipton by 2. Peyton Aller going to get the ball in and get it into Grady Carpenter. Going to be a foul immediately. Going to be whistled on Eli Falkenberg. 2.6 left. So Grady Carpenter will walk to the free throw line. 46-44. And Eli Falkenberg will take a breather until their next game. He'll be out of the ball game. He's reached his allotment. So in the ball game for the Carroll Cougars is number 12, Carson Hale. Grady Carpenter, first shot up and good. 47-44. 3-point ball game. 2.6 left. Grady Carpenter, the only Blue Devil at the foul square. Second shot, rims off long, wouldn't go. Rebound fought for, and Grady Carpenter is going to commit a foul trying to get the rebound. Along Karam is nearby, Aiden Duff. Aiden Duff going to go the other end, and he'll shoot 2. 1.6 left. Grayson McFall is going to re-enter the ball game. Grady Carpenter going to foul out of his first game of the season. 1.6 left. 47-44. The free throw line, number 5, Aiden Duff, 6'4" junior. First shot up and good. 47-45. This would be a time he'd like to miss intentionally. I think he was going to try. Why not? Nope, he's going to go for it. He got the bucket. 47-46. Brought in Peyton Aller. Sam Quigley. 0.2 left on the clock. They're going to whistle the foul on the Carroll Cougars in the backcourt. That's number 12, Carson Hale. They're going to walk to the other end. Sam Quigley going to toe it up at the free throw line. The other 4 Blue Devils are behind the 10-second line. 4 on the lane for Carroll. That's Aiden Duff. Carter Mullins. Carson Hale. And Coy Lytle. In the backcourt for Carroll is number 3, Kason Fellows. So bounce pass from the official. Sam Quigley will shoot 2. Couple of bounces. First shot, good. 48-46. Blue Devils by 2. .2 left, 0.2 of a second on the game clock. Sam Quigley, second shot. Rims around, falls in. So we'll try a long baseball pass to the front court. But get it to Mullins. He'll take a shot at the buzzer. Wouldn't go. So that's going to complete the ball game. 32 minutes plus 20 minutes outside. But it's all good. It's all fun. I'm sure this is a memory maker right here at Clinton Central High School. Final score, championship game. Tipton Blue Devils 49, Carroll Cougars 46. So we'll mention both teams going to be in action. They'll be in action next week on a Friday. So they'll be playing again a week from tonight. It'll be on January 10th for the Carroll Cougars, 6 o'clock and 7:30. Carroll Cougars will be at the Delphi Oracles. That will be a conference game in the Hoosier Heartland Conference. Tipton Blue Devils, their next ball game, also going to be next Friday, January 10th, 6 o'clock and 7:30. Tipton Blue Devils are going to be at Mechaniqua, and that game will be at 6 and 7:30. And then we'll also remind you that Saturday, January 11th, next Saturday, there will be no Put Me in Sports ball game. Sorry about that. Scheduling problem. Tipton will be at Bethesda Christian, and I can't make that Put Me in Sports, but we'll mention on the 18th, Saturday, January 18th, the game is added, and it'll be at Tipton High School. It will be Clinton Prairie Gophers. They're currently 5-1. They're a good ball team. Tipton will host Clinton Prairie, 6 and 7:30 on January 18th. It's already on the webpage. And we thank you for tuning in. And we'll mention Blue Devils are circled around the center court, and Noah Humrichow is going to take some photographs. We thank you for tuning in, and we also thank Coach Adam Tussinger and his Carroll Cougars. What a ball team. Thank you for tuning in. We'll mention, no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let him go. Keep the fire burning.